And he got me in here babysitting. Dude, come get your baby.
Does Skai Jackson know that she has less than 30 minutes before her own baby arrives?
Something is in the air, and by that I mean legs, because why is everybody making a pregnancy announcement this week? Shout out to People magazine for getting the exclusive, because Disney star Skai Jackson just revealed that she's expecting a new bundle of joy. Even though we technically already knew this, right? After she got in that DV dispute with her boyfriend, who I'm assuming is the baby daddy, and she told the police she was pregnant.
For those who do not know, the former Disney star was arrested by the police a few months ago on suspicion of allegedly getting physical with her baby's father.
Skai Jackson has reportedly been arrested for domestic violence. According to TMZ, the Disney Channel star was spotted arguing with her boyfriend, and cops were called after security allegedly saw Skai push her partner more than once. Deputies claim they reviewed surveillance footage, which showed Jackson pushing her boyfriend, leading to her arrest. The couple have reportedly denied anything got physical, claiming they're happily engaged and expecting a baby together. Skai was later released, but the case will now be reviewed to determine if her charges are warranted.
TMZ reports Skai Jackson has joined the ranks of former child stars who've had run-ins with the law. We're told deputies were called to Universal City Walk after security spotted Jackson and her boyfriend getting into it, and the actress allegedly pushed him in more than once. Sources tell us security clocked the altercation and then detained the couple until law enforcement arrived. Sources say Jackson and her boyfriend both denied anything got physical. To the contrary, she said they were happily engaged and expecting a baby together. Deputies say they reviewed video footage and saw she pushed him. Jackson was arrested for a misdemeanor domestic battery, cited and released a few hours later. We're told the case will be reviewed by the LA County District Attorney's Office to determine if charges are warranted. But it looks like Skai and her baby daddy are still going strong. He was just spotted on her story a few hours ago with what appears to be his little sister. Take a look.
Dang, it's one bite. Come give him my foot. You playing, you don't want it.
This seems to be a toxic situation to bring a child into, and when you look at the history and current lifestyle of the man she has chosen to be her partner and father to her child, the situation only becomes more potentially volatile.
To be honest, I was skeptical when the news first broke of her being pregnant earlier this year. I just didn't really believe it, but then I started being more convinced after seeing her out and about, pulling a Halle Bailey in the big baggy clothes, and finally we now have confirmation. I love how her mom was featured in the article as well, reading from the top. As she prepares to become a mother herself, Jackson is also close with her mom, Kaya Cole, who raised the actress as a single mother. My mom always taught me to stand up for myself, stand up for what I believe in, and fight for what is right, she told People in February 2023. I thank her for that because without her, I probably wouldn't have a lot of the confidence that I do now. Skai also said in the article that she is excited for this new chapter of her life and is looking forward to doing new acting projects, and her heart is so full. Oop! Somebody check on Skai Jackson's baby daddy, because why was this posted on Facebook? And can we get into this username? What is a Yerky Yerky? Is that some type of young people slang that I don't know about? According to Skai Jackson and her mom, his page was hacked, but it doesn't look like y'all believe that too much. Someone said no one knows him to be hacking his page, but for real though, what is his name? Do we know? Next person says, IDK, it looked like something he would say for real. IDK man, that looks like his handwriting. This is my question. Why is she pregnant by somebody whose Facebook name is Yerky Yerky? I still can't get over that username. I find it very suspicious in my Dr. Umar voice that he got hacked right after this photo shoot dropped with People magazine this morning. My question is, what would anybody gain from hacking Skai Jackson's baby daddy? Like, why would they do that? Also, people keep saying that he has more children, that Skai isn't even the first baby mama. Like, people are saying that he has at least 2 or 3 more kids. Can anybody verify that?
According to Page 6, his real name is DeAndre Bergen, but he goes by Yerky Yerky on Facebook. It's hard to confirm if he has other children, because right now it's all hearsay and speculation, but what can be confirmed is that he has a record of going to prison and has a history of being on the wrong side of the law. There's also speculation that Skai met this man by being his prison pen pal, but again, this is all alleged and cannot be confirmed. A lot of people have pointed out that Yerky Yerky looks very similar to Skai's ex-castmate Cameron Boyce, who sadly passed in 2019, and these comparisons made it to Yerky Yerky, who then made disparaging comments about Cameron.
Skai Jackson's baby's father had choice words for her former Disney co-star, the late Cameron Boyce.
Hey bro, that nigga in this wood right here.
Now, many people coming on TikTok saying they're ready to catch him outside. I mean, the man has now apparently been arrested, so it looks like karma came back fast.
Skai Jackson's baby daddy just dissed Cameron Boyce. For anyone out of the loop, Skai Jackson is currently pregnant. This guy is her baby daddy. I think his name is Yerky Yerky. Anyways, a clip of Yerky's just went viral. In the clip, he's streaming and he's addressing comments. People in the comments of the stream were referencing Cameron Boyce. And I guess Yerky did not like Cameron being brought up for whatever reason. So Yerky decided to completely disrespect Cameron Boyce. Basically, Yerky said that he was smoking on that Cameron Boyce pack. He also kept disrespecting Cameron by saying, you know, that he's passed away. And Yerky doing this has completely upset basically everybody on the internet. Since the clip of Yerky's went viral, people have started basically making memes, essentially saying they're about to be smoking on that Yerky pack. There's also a lot of people very upset with Skai Jackson because of this. Because for anyone that doesn't know, Skai and Cameron were very, very close. They essentially grew up together on the show Jessie. The fact that Skai is staying with this man after what he said about Cameron has basically made everyone stop supporting Skai whatsoever. To make this situation a little worse, Skai is allegedly this guy's 4th baby mama, so she is throwing her reputation away for a guy who more than likely will not be with her long term.
Skai, the first red flag should have been his name. Come on, Yerky Yerky, certified tweaker, like. But y'all keep saying Disney this, Disney that, like y'all, everybody like them a little hood nigga, like. Then he on there talking about, oh WAP, I'm sorry, I got this dumb Disney, like. No, but the second red flag, the nigga got OTF tatted on him. OTF, I'm talking dirt, life sentence. She got her hood one for real. But y'all, I'm not gonna lie, I would have said the same thing. He was hacked. Cause I know she's embarrassed. Like, why would he say that? Y'all keep saying she probably met him at the gas station. I heard story is, cause he got posted by his mama or his auntie a minute ago, and she commented, and they started talking. Am I tripping or that's her? Nice ass closet. Y'all, they been talking.
There's something really, really sad to be said about how much Skai Jackson's baby daddy looks like Cameron Boyce. Like, except for the red hair and stuff, but.
Cause you know, like I always say, you like it, I love it, baby. If you want to be with the man who's got you out here in gym shorts and bonnets, hooping and hollering on camera in front of motels while you 4 or 5 months pregnant, then more power to you. May the Lord give his toughest battles to his strongest soldiers, cause it could not be me. Right, but I bit my tongue when he was up here calling her a bobbleheaded Disney or whatever it was. Cause you know what? That's kind of what she's been acting like lately. So maybe he just clocked her tea. But Carrot Top done fixed his mouth to get on live and say that he's smoking on Cameron. Smoking on Cameron? Smoking on Cameron? Who? Diaz? Got to be. Got to be. Ain't. See, y'all gonna get enough you young women out here who got the world at y'all's fingertips. Y'all gonna get enough of trying to bring these Nilgrams to glory. Y'all gonna get enough. Stop. Kick him out. Put him in the street. Skai, put him in the street.
Who does Skai baby daddy think that he is? Like, it's one thing to say that stuff about Skai and be disrespectful to us, but to say that about someone who's no longer here with us, and the fact that Skai is still talking to him after he said that about Cameron is crazy to me. She has literally, I don't think she understands that she has literally messed up her entire career and life. And I remember people saying that she was like that, she was weird, she was messy, this and that, but I just looked over it. But like, why? Like, why him? And for her to be finding people's Instagrams and TikToks and messaging them and DMing them, going off on them, protecting her and defending her and defending him is wild to me. Like, no, like, this needs to stop. That's where the line should be drawn at, like, talking about Cameron. Off limits, Pookie.
People have been very disappointed with Skai Jackson's choice to have a child so early in her career, in an industry that is fast-paced and doesn't wait for anyone. Another reason the reactions are negative and not full of congratulations is because number 1, his name is Yerky Yerky, and number 2, he is embarrassing her in public. Let's listen to some of the reactions.
In a post-Donald Trump America, you can't cast Halle Bailey as the lead in any kind of major project, especially if it's something aimed at a younger audience. By having that baby at this time, she has effectively killed her career. And I hope I'm wrong about that, but I don't think I am. Because you know what's really interesting about all of these young Black female entertainers having babies is that their white counterparts are not. And if they are, they're married. What feels truly sinister about this is that this is known. This is not new information. For all of the time I have been alive and grown up in conservative Christian America, it was known that a woman having a baby, especially out of wedlock in the entertainment industry, was finito for her career. But somehow, these young, rich, Black Gen Z women have not gotten the message. I think they're about to. Having a baby under the age of 25 is a career killer for professional women. Why Gen Z has not gotten that message, I do not know, but let me be the first to deliver it. Is that misogynistic and upholding of patriarchal values? Is that also the reality of the world we live in? And you don't have to believe me, but why don't you go ahead and ask the women who did it right how their careers went after they had a baby? And it really doesn't matter what kind of career we're talking about. Doctor, lawyer, accountant, CEO, athlete, entertainer. Your career will be impacted by having children. You will be passed over for opportunities, but you will still receive some. But as a woman in a professional workplace, you will be viewed as unserious, as unprofessional. People will say that you don't care about your career when you have children young or when you are just getting into your flow. The truth is, you cannot have it all at the same time. Even for the ones that do it right, even for the ones with money and power and connection, at the end of the day, you are a woman. Once you cross over into that lane called motherhood, you will never be viewed the same again. So give yourself the best opportunity that you can and wait. Just wait.
Why are we all surprised that Skai Jackson is having a baby with a Monsters Inc. character? And then you're like, oh, does Skai Jackson not know that she's Skai Jackson? Skai Jackson was a Disney star. Did we forget about that? Orlando Brown, child stars, childhood trauma. I don't think Skai Jackson has much self-confidence.
So the plot with Skai Jackson, man, just gets deeper. So what I'm gathering is she's the fourth baby mama. One of those, second, third, fourth. She knew this man was in jail. And she was walking around with a Free My Man shirt. They met as pen pals or something like that. And when she was making all them cooking videos, she was really cooking for that man. And then today, he just been crashing out. And he disrespected that cameraman, which, he passed away a couple years ago. And then disrespected Skai Jackson, called her a dumb Disney broad. And then to top it off, he got arrested today. And while they was arresting him again, he got hit by a car. And this is not the first time we know he be crashing out and stuff. Because when Skai Jackson got arrested the first time, she got arrested because they got into it. And it just looks like he be irritating her. So, and probably vice versa. Well, if she like it, I love it. We done all had a couple lames, but she bonding with this man for life now. I hope it was worth it.
Skai Jackson is such a cautionary tale on why you need to prioritize self-love and self-respect over these men. Now, if you don't know, Skai Jackson is a well-known child actor Disney star. Been in her bag since she first went on Sesame Street, I think it was, at age 5. She is now 22 years old and having a baby by a man named Yerky Yerky. I don't actually know his name, that's his social media handle, but however you imagine him, that's exactly what he looks like. Very much given Trap in a Bando, Shy Grizzy and M-Dog. Anyway, looking at the differences in their situations, you might incorrectly assume that he worships the ground she works on. No, baby, he wants her dead. Because aside from the influx of pictures I've seen recently of them outside and her just looking stressed, anxious, and him looking like he's the cause of it, she then officially announced her pregnancy, and Lord have mercy. Yerky Yerky posted, and I quote, On WAP, I'm salty. I got this Disney Channel be pregnant. First of all, who's WAP? Somebody tell me, please. Second of all, and the real message. Ladies, stop presenting yourself like poop on a platter to these men. It does not make them respect you. And if they do not respect you, they cannot love you. They can barely even like or tolerate you. They will use you for what's in between your legs because that is what men do. But they will surely make it clear through all of their actions that they do not give a heck about you. Skai Jackson is now suffering the fate that a lot of women have suffered, in that you now have to figure out how to build a future with a man that shows you nothing but disdain. And I am so devastated for her, because what she is about to realize is that he does not care about her. And it is such a tough pill when you realize that the man that you would pretty much do anything for doesn't care about you. It's such a hard pill to swallow. And I think because it's such a hard pill to swallow, it takes women so long to get there. So many chances, so many opportunities. But what you're not realizing is the more you're letting this man get away with, the smaller and smaller and smaller he's seeing you, till, like in the case of Skai Jackson and Yerky Yerky, it flips and he almost feels superior to you. Oh, and just to add, Yerky Yerky already has another child by another woman who he did not marry or is no longer with. And I just want to reiterate to women who already have kids know this, but I just want to reiterate to women who have not yet had children. Motherhood and fatherhood are not the same. They are not the same. I don't care how involved the father is, and there are some wonderful, amazing fathers who step up to the plate. Women will always do more. They will always carry more of the burden. They will always carry more of the mental load. Most of the physical burden will be on you as a woman. The time burden will certainly be on you as a woman. And if you do not have a man who is in a very fortunate financial position, a lot of the financial burden will be on you as well. Because don't get it twisted, a lot of people are going 50-50. Guys, we have to stop lying about this. A lot of women in relationships are going 50-50. There is nothing wrong with that. There is not enough resources and rich men in this world for every woman to have a man that pays all the bills. Let's be for real. Skai Jackson is not in this position because her man is a bum. I mean, he is, but she's in this position because for whatever reason, and I'm sure it's tied to some emotional or some experience that she had growing up, she did not value herself and did not carry herself in a way that she demanded love and respect from anyone who interacted with her. So she found Yerky Yerky, and it's clear to us all that she just continued to lower her standards until, I guess, she's going to get to the floor.
Skai Jackson is making decisions as a young woman like we all had to make decisions when we were young. We know nothing about her baby daddy, but how he kind of spazzed on the internet. Just because Skai Jackson has money and accolades does not mean that she is not going to make some foolish decisions as a young woman. I think the internet tends to be so hard when we're judging these people and their relationships when we don't know what really happens in these relationships. And one piece that I do have is we want to scold the women a lot in our community, and we also want to scold the men a lot in our community. But instead of constantly scolding them for everything that they're doing wrong, how about we lend some positive advice? And I think positive advice will start with the mothers of these young men. I think how we mother our children plays a huge role in how they're going to behave and make decisions in their lives. And even if we give them the best mothering ever, sometimes they can still go to the wayside. Skai is going to be okay. All right. And I think that if we give her some grace, as being the aunties on the internet, instead of scolding her for her decision, right? Instead of scolding that young man, because I don't know his name, lend them some positive advice. Sometimes the positive advice will go a long way than the negative.
And this is why God tells us to wait until marriage. Not because he hates us, not because he wants to ruin our fun, but it's to protect us. It's to protect us, to avoid situations like this. And now these kids are probably going to grow up in single parent households, and a generation of broken families is going to continue.
Skai Jackson settling for her baby daddy is a prime example of you can't make somebody want something they don't want for themselves. Hear me out. Men are like dogs, and Skai Jackson is out here rewarding the dog she calls a baby daddy for dissing her dead best friend and getting arrested. Skai never considered aborting that baby and getting out of this toxic situation because she's acting desperate. And when you're desperate, you're gonna settle for whatever you have because you don't think you'll find better. It's really sad because it's like, it's the Skai Jackson and we think she deserves a high value man. But does Skai Jackson herself think she deserves a high value man? When she cooked him a plate of food and he posted on his story, "Hoes don't cook food no more," I knew she didn't respect herself. The difficult thing to realize is that you don't stick around and force somebody to respect you. When a man gets disrespectful, restrict the access he has to you and raise your standards. And my mom used to always tell me, know your worth and add tax to it because you're all that and a bag of chips. So don't sit here and let a man play in your face and convince you that you deserve less. Because there's somebody out here that will give you more.
Skai Disney Princess Jackson. What in the world was you thinking? Ever since I saw that he posted basically calling her a dumb bee under the username Yerky Yerky. Okay, pause, take that in. And that was on Facebook, and she came out and basically said it was a lie. I've been seeing more outrageous content from this young man than I have ever. It's left me in disbelief. Then I see more pictures of him, and I discovered that he also has 3 kids. Who knows how many baby mamas? I don't know. I mean, the content, it's just gotten worse and worse. Like, I feel like I'm just like, damn, bitch, what was you thinking? Then I see another video of him in handcuffs hugging his kids, and on the video it says he couldn't come home with me, and he's in the hospital handcuffed, hugging the kids and walking away down the hallway. And I'm just like, girl, what were you thinking? Abort mission. Like, what is going through your head? You are a Disney princess. And at this point, then I hear that she met him on Instagram Live. I don't know if that's true, but like, what? Like, what are we doing, Scott? Like, what are we doing? What are you okay? I mean, I just really feel bad for the girl, because I'm like, well, you must have been going through something when you met him, and he just caught you at the wrong time, because ain't no way this is a real genuine selection. But I want to ask you guys this, because first of all, the boy's not cute at all, but I was wondering, I was like, why he kind of looked like the boy that passed away from the show Jessie named Cameron. And I was like, were you like mourning him and you saw him, the baby daddy, you was like kind of, yeah, but I don't know. I'm trying to understand. I'm trying to wrap my head around it, because I feel like I'm losing it. Looking at more and more of the content, I'm like, what?
Because of this situation, a lot of people believe this is the end of Skai Jackson's career in Hollywood, especially as a top actress and leading lady. Not only because of the responsibilities of having a child, but because of the bad press now attached to her name.
Skai Jackson is one of the many ex-Disney Channel stars whose career peaked while being on the network. By just the age of 5, Skai Jackson's acting career was in full swing as she appeared in an episode of Sesame Street and a commercial for Band-Aid brand. But it wasn't until 3 years later in 2011 when her acting career reached new heights as she appeared in the movie The Smurfs and was discovered by the Disney Machine as she was cast in the role she's most known for to this day as Zuri Ross in Jessie. Jessie is by all accounts one of the most successful shows in Disney Channel history, lasting 100 episodes. Due to how much of a cash cow Jessie was for Disney Channel, it only made sense that they decided to make a spin-off that returned most of the original cast. Skai only did 58 episodes of Bunked before she realized that the show might run for 20 more years. So at that point, she decided that it was of her best interest to leave Disney Channel entirely. Ex-Disney Channel stars already have a bad time as it is trying to book roles after leaving the network, and this just made it so much worse for her. And to make matters even worse for Skai, her public perception has kind of been ruined throughout the past few years as she's found herself in some embarrassing online beefs, most notably with the Catch Me Outside girl, which ended in Skai Jackson setting a restraining order on Bad Baby due to the fact that she was sending death threats Skai's way. Mix that in with the fact that she's been accused of scamming her fans by asking them for $5 to put their name into a raffle giveaway for a MacBook Pro. But even with all this, Skai's still been able to book consistent work to this day in projects nobody's really heard of, but a job's a job at the end of the day. The most notable work Skai Jackson's been a part of the past few years was appearing on Kai Cenat's streams and Lil Nas X's music video for Panini. But after what happened recently, I don't know if she'll be getting those same opportunities anymore, as she just got arrested on domestic domestic battery. When this is a story that's linked to your IMDb page, it might be a sign that work might be a little difficult to get once this all blows over. But for Skai Jackson's sake, I hope she gets things back on the right track. It's truly a terrible deal.
But if we are being honest, she wasn't really booking a lot of roles or getting that many opportunities after her time on Jessie. So maybe she told herself, if I can't get any mainstream work and if I'm struggling to make it big, then I might as well do what I want.
Rack Sally isn't even clever. If you're going to deface someone's locker, at least make it original. It's even worse than DIY Diane. I don't get it, you know? I'm a freshman. Isn't there something else you'd rather be doing? Like bribing your way into college? Or expanding your carbon footprint? What is your problem with me? I'm sorry. Do I know you? No. But let me guess. You're the heiress to the Colgate dynasty? Or niece to the 3rd Earl of Kensington, right? No. But close. If you're really asking, your look is screaming Hoboken Uniqlo back to school vibes.